Chapter 38, Where You Live. What does an apartment in the city have in common with a house in the suburbs or a houseboat with a cabin in the woods? Each living unit is someone's home. Whether large or small, each structure fulfills its residents' basic needs. Physical needs, emotional needs, societal needs. Although people share basic human needs, they also have individual needs and wants. When people choose a place to live, they first need to consider their specific needs and wants. Then they have to find a way to balance those with their valuable resources. People's needs, wants, and priorities differ. What one family sees as a necessity might be a drawback or unimportant to another family. When considering housing, people need to think about the following: family size, family changes, special needs of family members, location, environmental concerns, technology, lifestyle. After considering needs and wants and priorities, a family will have a good idea of the location and type of housing that would suit everyone in the family. If the family members cannot find what they're looking for, they may have to rethink their housing needs and wants or design exactly what they want, assuming they have adequate resources. Families need to choose affordable housing. When calculating the cost of housing, take all expenses into account. In addition to monthly payments for the housing unit, consider other possible costs such as insurance, taxes, repairs, outdoor maintenance, and utilities. Utilities are basic services such as electricity, cable, gas or oil, phone, water, or sewer service. Some homes have wells that provide water and septic tanks that take care of waste. Most people must make some compromises to find housing that fits their budget. One family hoped to find a home where two sisters could have their own bedrooms. The family also has a need for an office space. The best value the family could find met all of the family members' needs except for separate bedrooms for the girls. Here, the family members had to compromise. Human resources such as construction, decorating skills, time, energy, and creativity can save families a considerable amount of money. For instance, a family bought a larger, older house that needs a lot of repairs. Without skills and willingness to make improvements, the family would have had to settle on a much smaller house. Two basic categories of housing are single-family housing and multiple-family housing. Single-family housing is built to house one family. Multiple-family housing contains several single-family housing units in one structure. Learning about the types of single-family and multiple-family housing and understanding the advantages and disadvantages of each can help you make good housing decisions in the future. Single-family homes are freestanding homes for one family. They don't share any walls with another housing unit. They may be small or large, one story or several stories. Single-family homes offer more privacy than other types of housing. They are also usually more expensive because they require more land and building materials. There are many types of single-family homes. Some single-family homes are tract homes or mass-produced homes with similar floor plans. Some are custom-built homes. Other are spec homes, which are built on speculation. Subdivisions developed by builders or historical structures. Single-family homes can also be prefabricated homes, which are system-built homes with parts made in factory and assembled on site. Manufactured or mobile homes are also considered single-family homes. Manufactured homes are built in a factory and are moved to a specific site. Some communities restrict where manufactured homes can be placed. Most manufactured homes are less expensive than a traditional single-family home. They also may come completely furnished. Multifamily dwellings are connected to one another and may be more affordable. Cost, however, varies with location, size, and features. Individual units may be small or large. Residents may or may not share the use of a laundry room, swimming pool, or other special features. Multifamily dwellings require much less land per person than single-family houses, which means less or no yard maintenance. However, these dwellings tend to be noisier and less private than single-family homes, depending on the structure and the insulation. Storage space may be limited and pets may not be allowed. The following dwellings are considered multifamily homes: a duplex, a multiplex, a townhome, and an apartment. Some people own the housing unit in which they live. Others rent their home from the person who owns the house. Renting and buying both have advantages and disadvantages. Renting means paying money to live in a housing unit owned by someone else. Owners of rental housing are sometimes called landlords. Many different types of housing units are available for rent. People can rent apartments, duplexes, houses, or even individual rooms in houses. Some rental units come furnished, usually for an extra fee. Typically, the larger the unit, the higher the cost of rent. When you rent a housing unit, you may have to fill out an application and sign a lease, a written rental agreement. The lease states that you have to agree to pay for a certain rent for a certain period of time. It specifies the monthly fee which is included and what is not included, for example, utilities and maintenance. It also includes any rules you must follow. Always read a lease carefully before you sign it. If you don't understand the lease, ask a qualified person to explain it. Even if you understand it, having a lawyer take a look over lease is a wise decision. It is a legal document. Many landlords require a security deposit, often equal to 1 month's rent or the first and last month's rent. This is returned to you when you move out if the unit is clean and hasn't been damaged. If damage has occurred, you will receive a partial refund of your security deposit. Make sure there is an agreement to the condition of the rental when you move in and when you move out. Many people enjoy the following advantages of renting: convenience, flexibility, financial advantages. Many people choose to buy a home because they value a feeling of permanence. Owning a home also offers freedom. Homeowners can redecorate or remodel their home to meet their personal needs and tastes. The major reason for owning a home is to develop an investment that can provide a sense of financial security. Purchasing a place to live isn't a decision to be made lightly. A home is usually the most expensive purchase families will ever make. To buy a home, more people take out a long-term loan called a mortgage. The mortgage is typically for 15 to 30 years. The interest paid on the mortgage can be deducted on a homeowner's income tax return. This is an incentive for many people to buy instead of rent a home. The part of the purchase price paid up front is called a down payment. The down payment can be quite large, often at least 10% of the total house cost. Other costs must also be considered. A homeowner usually pays property taxes and insurance along with the utilities and repair fees. Many people want to invest in a home but don't want the responsibilities of yard work and maintenance outside of the main living space. Two special kinds of housing, which combine some advantages of home ownership and apartment living, offer a solution. Condominiums are individually owned units in a multiple family dwelling. Some are physically connected and some are freestanding. The owner of each unit pays a fee to help cover the cost of maintaining hallways, landscaping, parking lots, and other common areas. A less common form of home ownership is a cooperative or co-op. In a co-op, residents of a multifamily dwelling form a corporation that owns the building. Instead of buying or renting a housing unit, owners buy shares in the co-op and contribute to its monthly costs. In return, each member receives use of one of the units. Condominium and co-op owners often have less freedom to make decisions about their homes compared with single-family housing owners. For example, the exterior color of the home and the landscaping, such as flowers, trees, and lawn ornaments, may be restricted. Many people choose to share a home. When they share a home, individuals combine their finances to meet their housing needs, yet stay within their spending plans. Classmates may share an apartment to save money. Adult children sometimes return to live with a parent for a time. Older adults may move in with their adult child for care and companionship. Siblings will sometimes live together right out of the family nest when they are older adults or at any time during their lifespan. Sharing a home only works if people are thoughtful of one another. Every member of the household should have a degree of privacy. Most people live in several types of housing in several locations during their lifetime. People often change housing as their needs and resources change. For example, people may move from an apartment in the city to a home in a suburban area. The decision to move should be made carefully. Moving can be expensive. You may need to hire movers or rent a truck to move on your own. Having the phone or electric and gas service hooked up, for instance, involves additional fees. When it makes sense to move, the more information you have with which to make a housing decision, the happier you're likely to be with your choice.